welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting Pandas from scratch, especially designed for beginners. You don't need any prior experience with Pandas. I will explain everything slowly and step by step. Hope you will understand. We will learn what Pandas is, why it is used, and what a series is, what a data frame is, and how to create data in Pandas. And yes, everything is in these videos can be done using Google Colab. So let's begin. I already named the file as pandas part 1. So let's get a code from here. Code set. Okay, we need to import pandas as PD. First we import pandas. We use import pandas as PD. PD is just a short name. It makes the writing more faster and cleaner. So from now on, every pandas function will be started with PD. Okay. Yeah, there is a little network issues because of it. It didn't execute now, but it will. Okay, don't worry. Now we are going to talk about what is a Pandas series. So now I'm creating something called series, which is one-dimensional data structure like a single column in a table. Okay. So I name it as numbers equal to pd dot series, and we use a parentheses and a square bracket. Some of the numbers 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay. And we call the numbers. In Google Colab, we just write the numbers as here this way. So it will definitely print. Okay. We don't want to use a print statement. So as I said, a series is a one-dimensional data structure, likely a single column in a table. Here, I'm storing some of the numbers 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay. When I run this, Pandas automatically adds an index starting from 0. So every value has a position and a value. Okay. So the 10 will be in the place of 0th position and 50 will be in the 4th position. Okay. Yeah, now as we see here, the 10 in the 0th position and 50 in the 4th position. Okay. Now, what if we name the index? I mean, we name 0, 1, 2, 3. We are giving the index as names. Okay, we can do that. First of all, series with custom names, custom index. Okay. Now, what we are doing is we are giving some marks equal to pd dot series. We give a parentheses, square bracket. If you are doing with me, just say all this, okay? Because when we say, it will be in our mind, okay? And we use a comma, then index. Let's give max, science, and English. Now we give the names here. Okay. Now we can call the marks. What will happen? It will be like 85 for max, science it's 90 and English it's 78. So here I'm creating series again, but this time with custom labels. Okay. Instead of numbers like 0, 1, 2, I'm using subjects names like max, science, English. Okay. So the index values has names that we have already given. So we can change it as per us. And we need to keep one thing in mind, that is, if the number of values are 4 and we already only mention 3 of the names, then it will be error. So just keep it in mind and don't do such practices. So it may not work well. Okay. So this means data more meaningful and readable as we after the execution, it would be like that way. As I said, my network connection is poor, so now look, the code is executed now. Max, Science, English are the index names here other than the numbers. Okay, as we said before. Now we need to access the data from series. So we use accessing. Okay. So as we want to access the data, how will we do that? We just give the variable names. Here it is marks, and then we will call or write any of the index names here. Here the index name is Max, Science, English. We can call Science. What happened now? The index given is 90. As here the Science has the mark 90. Okay. So what did we do here? We just called the variable with the index value, which is given in a square bracket, also with quotes, because it's a string. Okay, it's not a numerical value. Okay. Then here I access a single value from the series using a label. This is our label. Okay. Pandas allow us to fetch data using meaningful names instead of positions. This is one of the biggest advantage of Pandas. Okay. Now we are moving to data frame. So what is data frame? Data frame is something very important in Pandas structure. Like a data frame is an Excel sheet or a table with rows and columns. I'm creating a dictionary where each key becomes a column and the values become the column data. Okay. So let's do it. We call it as the dictionary as data. I'm giving names. Yeah. Name, colon, then Alan, Sarah, and we can name it as John. Okay, then separated it with a comma. We can give the each. Each of them are too small, 10, 12, and 11. Again, separating with a comma, then the score they get. So, we already know how to make a dictionary as we learned in the before classes. Okay. So we made a dictionary. Now what we are going to do, we call df. df is data frame. Okay, df equal to pd dot data frame data. Okay, and then we call the dictionary here, and now we just print df. What happened? Now name, age, and score. As we said here, we created a dictionary where each key becomes a column. That is, this is our key. Name, age, and scores are our keys that become the columns. This is how the column look like, and the values become the column data. The values, these are the values. These values become the column data here. Now Alan, Sarah, and John are the datas under the column name. When I convert it into a data frame, Pandas arrange everything neatly in a tabular form. Okay. And we can use these if we want to convert it into a table, use it for charts. Okay. In Google Colab itself, we can use all these operations. Okay. For now, we are not doing anything. If you want, I can convert it into a table. Now look how beautiful is it, right? Can give a 10. It looks clearly clean. Okay. Now we need to use viewing data. Actually, we are using df.head here for viewing the data. The head function shows the first few rows of the data frame. And this is very useful. Okay. When working with large data set, because you don't want to print the entire data every time. If we get the head or few columns or few rows of data, we will understand the structure and we can analyze it or overall data structure from there. Okay. So for that, we use the head function, which is very important while we are using large data set, because we don't want to read all the data if it contains a above limited number of rows and columns. So for that, in such situations only we use df.head. Okay, other situations also we use it, but most cases we use it for large data set to understand how it really works. And to know the basic information of the data, what we do, we just call df.info, then the info will give all these things. So now I am using info to understand the structure of the data. It tells us the number of rows, columns, column names, data types, all that. Now look, the columns has data type as first one is object, next was integer, third was also an integer. Okay, this is how it is arranged, and it shows the memory usage, number of columns, entry, 3 entries, 0 to 2, index, all this. So this is usually the first function professionals run after loading any dataset to know more about the data they are dealing with. Okay, so they can do whatever function without having any mistakes in the names of the columns or data. Okay, and we have a statical summary that is using a df.describe. The describe function gave us a statical summary. That is, it shows count, mean, minimum, maximum, and other useful statics. As we know, static is very important in maths, not only in that, but also in data science and data analysis. It is extremely important in that case. So if you are a person who is interested in such courses or such field, you can just remember all these tiny codes to crack the interview or to know more about data and how it is used. Okay. Now we need to select a column. So now we am selecting a column. For that, in DataFrame, we use df, just like the series. We just use the name of it, then the label or the name of the column. So here I am selecting a single column from the data frame. This returns a series that is one dimensional. It just give it as a series manner. In Pandas, selecting one column always gives you a series, not a data frame, because if we don't want table, okay, as we see here, its series is like one dimension, and yeah, selecting a single column will also give you the same. Now we are moving to adding a column. New column. So we need to add a column. I'm adding a column called past equal to df column score. If the score is less than 85, he's means greater than 85, he is passed. Okay, or she is passed. And we call df. We do. Now I'm creating a new column called past. This column stores true or false values based on a condition. Pandas automatically applies the condition to every row. This is called vectorized operation, and it is very powerful. Okay, so you know how it results. So we created the column true or false values on a condition, and it likes a vectorized operation. We get the past as true when it's greater than 85. It will be true, and less than 85 will be false. This is how it works. So this was the Pandas part 1 end. We have learned what Pandas is, series and data frames, creating data, and viewing and understanding data, selecting and adding columns, all that. So in this video, we will learn, in the next videos, we will learn the data selection, filtering, indexing using log and ilog. So we will learn the advanced versions in the coming videos. So practice this in Google Colab, try changing values and explore more. If you find this more useful and good, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will see you later and have a great day or great tomorrow. See you again.